I was doing some editing on Minecraft Tower Dreams at the library today, and I was thinking, you know what? I think I'm gonna make today's vlog a story vlog, and I'm gonna tell you how I met Isaiah. Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing good today. Now, if memory serves, I believe I met him when I was 15. We were both in the same high school, and I think we shared the same chemistry class. I remember our teacher gave us an assignment where we all had to get, I think, in like groups of 3. So I remember, like, that was my very first time interacting with Isaiah. It was me, him, and another kid who we were friends with. Now, Isaiah is really good at math and sciences. So when it came to like things like chemistry and physics and like pre-calculus and stuff like that, he always knows like what it is to do. Math and sciences, I was more good at science and less good at math, but when we had that chemistry class, I was kind of struggling in that one because it had a lot of mathematical formulas. So I remember during the group assignment, he was actually helping like me and, you know, our other friend out a lot. However, I remember when we were in the middle of doing the assignment, he and our other friend, I noticed, were starting to get a bit distracted. I remember that I was sitting there like writing out, you know, whatever it is, the assignment, and then I look like over to like my right, and I see Isaiah and our friend. They're trying to like throw pencils up into the ceiling and like make it like stick. Now, of course, Isaiah, I know you're probably watching this, and you know I don't like read anything by it. But I remember I was just like, guys, like we have to finish like this assignment. Like I think that Isaiah was cool about it because, like I said, he was already really good at it anyway. He could just do it like 1, 2, 3 and be done. But also just because I don't know, I guess they were just, you know, entertaining themselves. But I'm like, you know, I'm not the one who's like all that great at physics. So it's like, yo, we need to get this assignment done. In the end, we did get it done, and I do think we did get a good grade on that. I believe it was that, but here's the thing, I don't remember interacting with Isaiah in that class for like the rest of the year for no particular reason. It's like, you know, just, you know how you know somebody and you know you did that one thing together, but then that was it, and yeah, that was pretty much it. But then the next year came along, and that was when we both shared the same physics class, and little did I know physics was going to be so much harder than chemistry. The desks that we sat at were actually in pairs, and Isaiah, he was my pair. The funny part though was that I did not recognize him when he sat next to me. I remember just sitting in my chair brooding. Like I was like, it wasn't like anything like serious, but I remember I was just brooding and just like, oh my gosh, like why does physics have to be so hard? And I remember he was next to me, and I think that we just kind of just started, I don't know, just shooting the breeze a little bit, and that's when he reminded me. No, because I think what it was, wait, hold on, give me a second. I remember we were talking, but Isaiah, I think, was able to pick up that the way I was talking to him was that I didn't know him, or at least I didn't remember him. And I think he was just like, you know, Julian, he was like, you know, it's me, Isaiah. I was like, we had chemistry class last year, and I was like, chemistry? Oh yeah! I was like, we did that project together with our friend! He was like, yeah! But yeah, and then it was in that class, our physics class, so that was when I was, I think, 16. That was the time where we actually started to become close friends. It was because, like, one, like I said, we were next to each other all the time. So, you know, we would talk. We figured out, you know, we had similar interests in, like, games and, like, anime and, you know, stuff like that. He saved my life time and time again in math and sciences, especially physics, man. Like, dude, I know you're probably watching this, so thank you. You saved my life. And then the next year, this was during our senior year, so this is when I was 17. We shared the same pre-calculus class. Now, the funny part about that pre-calculus class is that our teacher, she was a very sweet woman. Like, she really was. But oh my gosh, she could not teach math. It's like she tried her best. She really did. The problem is that, at least in my opinion, when it comes to like math and science subjects, you really have to be able to explain it to just some people. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like that some people's brains, they just work better with math and sciences. Other people's brains, they work better with like English and literature, and then others, you know, art or you know, just you know, you get what I mean. And our teacher, I remember she would always try to explain these, like, keep in mind, this is pre-calculus. This isn't even calculus. This is pre-calculus. That with the formulas, I remember, were so complicated. I remember she was on the board. The board is filled with all of these shapes and numbers and symbols, and everybody is confused. We were all just like, what? Like, but not Isaiah. He knew, he understood. He, like, I don't know why, like, I don't know. It's just like he just understands math and science. So, you know, he saved my life. Like, I was able to pass that class with like a C, I think, which was actually quite fortunate. I think a lot of people were not doing good in that class. Like I said, not only just because how complicated the subject was, but also, you know, unfortunately who the teacher was as well. But yeah, ever since then, you know, Isaiah he's been by my side. You know, he was. And now that I think about it, yeah, he was with me when I dated, you know, my 2 girlfriends, so he knows the whole stories with that. We'll get to that later in another story. You know, he was, you know, I told him, you know, a lot of like really personal stuff, you know, about myself. I don't know if. No, I did mention this once before. I just never made a vlog about it. But, you know, I did, you know, tell him about, you know, how my father passed away when I was 12. Like I said, I'll make a vlog about that later too. But yeah, Isaiah, he has been my rock. Like, not to sound like depressed or anything, because this is not a depressing statement, but I don't really have that many friends. But I kind of sort of made it that way because I really wanted just the best of the best people, like, within, like, my close circle. Like I said, stuff, you know, that I tell, like, really personal info to, and, you know, we get along very well, you know. Like I said, and I only have, like, a very, very small handful. But Isaiah, you are in that handful, my mans. But yeah, I think that is pretty much the story as to how I met Isaiah. Like, I was trying to think if, like, I don't know, like, I feel like everything else is just, like, random, you know, stuff that we did together, you know. But, like, as far as, you know, how we met and then how it just kind of kept building from there, well, that's it. So you know what, I don't do this quite often, but I feel like that this particular story time has a moral at the end. And that is, I think it's really important that you get, it doesn't even matter like how many friends you have. I feel like what's important is that you just have friends that matter. You know, I personally value quality over quantity, you know, like I said, I didn't really have, you already know, I didn't even go into all the stories yet, but, you know, I didn't really have that many friends growing up. But Isaiah, out of the few ones that I had, you know, Isaiah, he stuck it out with me. So my advice to you is to really find yourself a truly loyal friend, but to also be a truly loyal friend yourself, because that way, you know, you guys can reciprocate, and, you know, and you are rocks. You are each other's rocks. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my videos are going up. And you can show your support by donating in the links below. Also, currently, I am holding a poll that is deciding if you guys want to see a kid-friendly Minecraft series once a week while I am here, you know, in LA. So, you know, like I said, the gameplays don't just completely, you know, disappear. So there is a link in the description. It's the very first link in the description that will take you to the voting poll. You could just vote yes or no if you want to see this new Minecraft series or not. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.